save me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well. There comes a time when you need a certain cause, and the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Yeah, we are the world. Yeah, I got for some reason I got that song stuck in my head. I haven't heard that song in a while, but got it stuck in my head. What a great video that was back in the day. I don't know about you, but I like when I go on YouTube every once in a while. I'll put on We Are the World, and me and my wife play Let's Name That Singer. Let's name that singer, and then we say, we always say, why is, like, if you look at the people in the back, you're like, why was Dan Aykroyd there? I understand Dan Aykroyd was one of the Blues Brothers, okay, but there was a couple of actors that were in the background that I was kind of like, wow, they were in the We Are the World video, and they weren't even like Bruce Springsteen and Tina Turner and Cyndi Lauper and stuff like that. They were Dan Aykroyd, you know what I mean? And I'm just calling out Dan Aykroyd because I think that's the first time I ever saw Dan Aykroyd with glasses. He was actually reading the lyrics, and when they panned over to him, I was like, wow, Dan Aykroyd needs glasses. And he's in the We Are the World video, and I can't really figure that one out. So how are you doing today? Hope everybody is doing well. I am doing really, really good. I got to tell you, physically and mentally, I have been doing killer. I got to tell you, I have been keeping myself extremely busy, organizing things, getting things straightened out. I think there's some truth to a clean house is a happy house, or a what is it? Cleanliness is godliness, or whatever, closer to godliness. Whatever it is, my anxiety levels have diminished. They're going away. I actually had a couple of days this week where I forgot to take my anxiety medication. My bottle of Xanax stayed closed, and I was like, it was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, the only problem with that is I've been taking medication since I was like 16 years old. So if I don't take it, there's a good chance I could have like massive withdrawals and get really, really sick. So I still have to take it regardless. But in the past, I would be having anxiety attacks, and I'd be like, I gotta take my medication. And then my doctor prescribed me this two different types of Xanax pills. One is a time release pill, which I guess when I have an anxiety attack, it's supposed to release into my bloodstream because it knows that I'm having an anxiety attack or whatever. Releases into my brain. I don't know how it works. And then there's the special ones that work instantly. It's the instant fix pill. It's the one I keep them on my keys. It's like the ones that I'm at the movie theater and I'm watching a movie and I start getting like a major anxiety attack, and I'm like, I don't want to miss this movie, but I got this big old drink. And the other thing that sucks is that the doctor told me that I can't have no more caffeine. He said that another reason why I've been having major anxiety attacks is because of the caffeine. And you know as well as I do, you go to a movie and you get the free refill, and you fill that thing up to the top and you drink that thing as fast as you can so you can go get another refill before the movie starts. And you're gonna try to take a leak before you go and everything like that, and then then what happens is the caffeine level in me goes crazy, and usually I get through like 3/4 of the movie and I have like a major anxiety attack. So then I gotta pop one of the blue pills with the drink, you know what I mean, the instant ones, and usually within a matter of maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, breathing exercises, and my wife holding my hand while I'm sweating and everything, and I'm looking at her, and she's like, oh, me and my wife been together almost 30 years. She knows when I'm about ready to have my anxiety attack. She knows when it's going to hit hard, and she knows. There was, we went to go see Nope, the movie Nope. That was the worst one I had so far. And I got to tell you, because it was the worst one I had so far, I cannot watch that movie. I cannot put that movie on to this day because I should probably try. Because I do want to see it. I saw like 3/4 of it, and then I watched some of it, and I even did a whole video about it because I didn't think it was that great. But I did see it in like bits and pieces because I spent most of my time in the bathroom during that movie, and it was really sad. We were there, my son, and he was there with his girlfriend, and then my wife, and it was me, and we're sitting there, we're eating popcorn, and you got candy, and everything's going good, and then all of a sudden, I just had a full-blown anxiety attack. It was my mind. My mind just started thinking about other things, bills, and work, and family, and just stuff, while I was also watching a horror movie that was odd. I gotta tell you, the monkey pot of Nope messed me up. I just thought I thought that could have been a whole separate story. Plus, I discriminate against monkeys. I think I have a monkey discrimination problem. Um, I'm not a big fan of monkey movies. I don't think I I don't think what they do to the monkeys is nice. I don't think I think they do tricks to the. Ever since I found out that Mr. Ed, the talking horse, there, they used to put peanut butter on the top of his mouth, and he got. That's how they make him talk. Wilbur. He wasn't saying Wilbur. He was trying to get the peanut butter off the top of his mouth. Yeah, it's a little bit cruel. You know, when I saw the monkey part of it, not only did the monkey part not really have much to do with the movie, they could have just left that whole thing out. It was just kind of disturbing to watch a monkey do what it was doing. You know what I mean? It was that was the most disturbing part of that movie to me, was the monkey, and I had a problem with that monkey part. So to this day, I still don't watch Nope because of that monkey part. But yeah, I've been doing good. Like I said, as the things are getting fixed up, and if you've been watching my videos, I got the videos where I'm working on the man cave, but I also working on filing things around here and straightening things up. I worked really hard on my Marvel collection the other night. Marvel and DC, my Batmans and my Spider-Mans, and I'm looking at them over here, and looking at them over there, Thor's and Deadpool's and Watchmen's and stuff like that. I'm finally starting to chip away a little bit at a time. But that's the thing I got to keep in my mind. I got to chip away. And that's something that I should probably, you know, as my friends, I want to tell you that's like a saying that I use all the time. I'm chipping away. You know, if I say that in my head that I'm going to get a little bit done every day, eventually the task will get done. It's just I got to do a little bit every day. I can't tackle it all at once because it becomes overwhelming. It's like you go up to the dishes and you have like 3 or 4 dishes in there. It's easy to do the 3 or 4 dishes, but then you walk up to the sink at the end of the week and you got like 18 dishes and a couple of pans over here and a pot over there and the thing from the toaster oven over there. You got all this stuff all scattered about and everything. You're like, oh man, where do I even start? I don't even know where to stop. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so upset. You know what? I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna walk away. Hopefully it will get done. The sad part is it's not gonna get done. It won't get done until I go back there and do it. So I gotta go and I gotta take on that task. So yeah, I've been doing a lot better lately. I made some life choices, and I really do believe I made them for the better. I really do believe that things do work out for a reason. You know, the saying that I like to say is that you know, God isn't going to take you to a ledge and leave you there, and He's not going to shut one door without opening another door. That's my sayings. You know what I mean? It's like I've never been let down yet. The sad thing is that when you're going through whatever turmoil you're going through with trauma or bad situation, whether you got fired from your job or you were abused as a child or whatever your thing is, you're fighting with your husband, you're going through a divorce, your children are a pain in the necks, whatever it is you're going through, you get through it. You know, that's the sad. It's not sad. It's good. When you're going through it, it sucks. But after the fact, you're kind of like, I went through all of that, and that wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? It's like I survived. Still here, still chugging along. I'm okay. I'm good. All right. Oh, what the hell happened there? Oh, thanks a lot there, Mister. Wait a minute. Something's wrong here. Something has gone wrong. Hold on. I'm looking around because I took something out and I don't know where I put it. Aha. Hang on. I'm back. Yes, okay. All right. So yes. Unfortunately, this was an Amazon pickup and it came in. And is that unfortunately? It doesn't make a difference was it an Amazon pickup or not. Amazon's been pretty good lately. They've been delivering stuff. Although I will tell you, I don't because we don't have the Prime. They like to play little games with me sometimes. They like to play little games with me and my wife. My wife just recently ordered some stuff, and it was 4 of the same thing. She was buying gifts for somebody, gifts for people, and it was 4 of the same exact thing. And because we're not Amazon Prime holders, I guess. They sent 2, and then they waited 2 weeks to send the other 2. And it was like a gift for a party that needed to be all together, and it just didn't. They kind of screwed us up. So yeah, Amazon. Yeah, you know, we can't afford the Prime. We don't want to pay for the Prime. I'm not gonna watch your Prime. Okay. As far as the discounts on the shipping and everything like that, I spend over $35 usually, so I get free shipping anyway. So I really don't need your Prime. I don't know what the purpose for the Prime is. I'm not a Prime user, and I'm never going to be a Prime user. So it would be nice if you just shipped out the stuff altogether. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is what they do. They ship the things out a little bit at a time. So this came in, and I wanted to watch with my wife, so I knew it was in here, and I opened it up because I got my picture of my front lawn with the package on it, and like deliveries here. And I told us I've been waiting for this, and I wanted to watch with you on Blu-ray because there's an upgrade from my DVD to the Blu-ray, because the DVD was not that great. It was okay. It's okay, you know, but it's not as clear and as good as this. This is a Kino Lorber release, and I have watched it, so I will tell you that the picture quality is superb. Okay, it's excellent. It's been cleaned up very, very nicely. Big step up from the DVD. The DVD is quite old. Okay, the DVD is quite old, so yeah, you can't really blame that. You know what I mean? It's like it's better than the DVD's better than the VHS, but this is definitely better than the DVD. And it's John Candy in Summer Rental. Yes, this is a hidden John Candy gem. If you have never seen Summer Rental with John Candy, and if you don't know who John Candy is, then you're really, really young, and you probably shouldn't be watching this. But if you're around my age or whatever, you know exactly. John Candy is an iconic comedy character started off on SCTV, and he moved on to like so many great movies. He's one of them that I miss. You know, him, Chris Farley, John Belushi. I just feel like they just could have did so much more. You know what I mean? And then Robin Williams, and then it's just like either they were taken too soon, or they took themselves too soon. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really sad. But yeah, John Candy, he's a big guy. He's a big guy. He's a big guy like me. I get worried all the time. Every time I shovel in one of them son of a baconators or baconators in my gullet, I'm like, I could die of a heart attack. I could die of a stroke. I have a stroke right now. I'm clogging my arteries. I take medication for cholesterol. I take medication for high blood pressure. But I told my son the other day, I said, you know, I'm telling you right now, I think if God himself came down, and this is really sad to say, came down and said, listen, if you ever eat another cheeseburger again, you're gonna die. This is like straight out of Adam and Eve. This is straight from eating the apple off the tree. We suck. We suck as people. I'm speaking. Maybe I should be speaking for myself. I suck as a person. My willpower is like garbage. I'll tell you right now. If you were to put a bacon cheeseburger, and I'm talking like a killer bacon cheeseburger in front of me, killer is the word. Yes, and I was told that if I ate that bacon cheeseburger, I was going to die. I think if I was told, I think I probably put it off for about a month or whatever, but then it would get to me. My wife's got a pizza problem. She'd be the same way. If I'm pretty sure that she could not go to we should do a challenge. That should be a YouTube challenge. I'll challenge my wife to her not eating pizza for as long as she can, and I'll not eat a cheeseburger for as long as I can, or whatever. We'll see how long we can go without eating the things. And I really doubt it, because me and my wife, we like live on like fast food stuff. We live on like Wendy's and McDonald's and Burger King and Sonic and all those other places like that. But anyway, John Candy. Yeah, yes, John Candy, big guy, me, heart attack. Yeah. Great movie. Great movie. He's an air traffic controller, okay? And he's having a little bit of a nervous breakdown. He's been working too much, too long, too many hours, nonstop, and he's starting to like see things, and he's messing up, and he's almost getting ready to crash planes and everything like that. So they give him a vacation, and he ends up going to this summer rental spot on the beach or whatever, and all kinds of things go wrong. It's got a really good story. It's got a really good, and what's cool, it's got a young who's the little guy there in it? So my wife right away, she got all excited because it has well, first it has Carrie Green from the Goonies, which is Andy, you Goonie. Yeah, it has her in it. Of course, it has John Candy, and then who's the little guy? Rip Torn is in it. Rip Torn, Men in Black, Rip Torn. And I'm sure you guys could name some other movies there. They didn't put his name on this thing, huh? Wow. Okay. All right. It's a Carl Reiner film. The little guy's name, he's one of the brothers, the three brothers. They had their own TV show. It was a spin-off from something or whatever. But he was in Blossom. Joey Lawrence, young Joey, young, I'm talking like maybe 10-year-old Joey Lawrence, 9-year-old Joey Lawrence is in this movie, and that was pretty cool. Yeah, me and my wife watched it the other day. Really good movie. And then I have one more release in here that is also an upgrade, and this is a hidden gem probably for a lot of people. Okay, you probably have either never heard of this, or if you have heard of it, you probably haven't seen it in a while. Because I don't even think I know personally I don't have BBC on my television, but I don't even know if this airs anymore. And it's this is Are You Being Served the movie? This is another Kino release. This is an upgrade from my Are You Being Served the movie DVD, because that was rough. That was put out by like a no-name company, I believe. Who put this out? Well, Kino put this out, but I can see the side of it, and the picture that I want to. It looks like a Mill Creek, but I don't think it's Mill Creek. Mill Creek usually does have, but it's a DVD, and it's just the fact is that these BBC things, some of them, except for maybe the Doctor Who's and stuff, some of the BBC stuff is really rough, like really like old film. And so I just think some of the BBC stuff, the way it was filmed, whatever they were using for cameras at the time, whatever they were using to record this stuff, like the TV show Are You Being Served is kind of like that. Benny Hill was another one. I'm trying to look at the ones that I got. Monty Python, the Monty Python Flying Circus, stuff like that. It's just old. It's old. You know, it's they're classics. You want to see them the best you can. But if you've never heard of Are You Being Served, Are You Being Served, the movie is a little bit different because it takes them out of the department store. But if you ever watch Are You Being Served, and I actually bought it twice. I own it twice, and it never got a Blu-ray release. This is the only Blu-ray release of anything Are You Being Served. So I have 2 full box sets of Are You Being Served on DVD, just in case something happens to my first set of DVDs, because I love the franchise that much. It is so funny. It's about this department store in London or England or whatever. It's British. It's a British thing, so they're either in London, England, whatever. And just people come in and things. It's got that comedy, like that Benny Hill comedy, where it's like borderline raunchy. You got to kind of catch the jokes and everything. The woman's got a pet cat that she refers to as her pussy through the whole thing, and then she's like, "Oh, I got to go home and I got to clean out my pussy, or I got to go take care of my pussy," and you know what it's leading to. You know that you know the behind joke and everything, but they can get away with it because it's referring to a cat. But that's just an example. Like, that's the one that sticks up, because like almost every episode she talks about her cats that she has at home, and it's really cool. It's because it's all shot in this department store, and it has a feeling of a Sears, like a Sears or a Macy's back in the day, where like had the multiple floors, and these people happen to work on the floor where it's the men's and women's clothing section. And the characters are all funny. The storylines are all funny. It's just a really fun thing to watch. Me and my wife, when we were dating, she used to come over, and we used to just, it would come on the BBC channel, and when I had cable, we would just watch it and watch it and watch it. And then finally I got the box sets, and we just started watching from there. She loved them. And usually if it's a BBC thing and my wife liked it, it has to be something really good. I got to tell you that the movie, though, was not that great. I bought it because I'm hoping and praying that it does get the series itself does get a Blu-ray release, and when it does, I already got the movie, you know what I mean? So if Kino, I'm hoping that if Kino got enough purchases of this movie, then maybe they'll hop on the bandwagon like they did with Columbo and a couple of the other like TV series. And maybe they'll give us a Are You Being Served? That would be so cool, because Are You Being Served such a good TV show, and it's just fun. It's just fun to watch. It's one of those that you just like sit back and it's a no thinker. You know what I mean? Sometimes I like movies where I sit there and I have to like think through it, like a thriller or like a Silence of the Lambs or a Taken or what's one that like stuff that I'm looking at anything by M. Night Shyamalan, Signs, or Get Out, or that's Peel there, or Us, or something. You know, those like thinker movies where it's like you at the edge of your seat, and maybe even sometimes they even push me off my seat, where I'm like I kind of have an anxiety attack. That movie, I think it was Falling or Fall or what? The one with the two stupid girls that go to the top of the tower because they want to go to the top of the tower, and for some reason their phone don't work, and then all of a sudden the whole thing starts falling apart, and they're stuck up there through the whole damn movie, and then I just sat there and sweat and sweat and sweat. My wife was looking at me. She's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "No," because I put myself in the place of the character, and as stupid as these people are, these thrill-seeking, let me climb up to the top of a tower, I don't want to be with them anymore. I think whatever they're about to get, they kind of had it coming because this is just stupid. This is so stupid. Why would you want to climb a tower? Listen, signs everywhere says do not climb. Disregard that. Just climb as high as you can, and then things are falling apart, and it's like, whew. And there's so many like close calls, like somebody almost saw him, or they almost got a phone call, or almost were able to make a phone call, or they were almost able to plug in and charge the light. It was like, oh my good, like almost. Just do it already. Listen, at one point, I don't know about you. At one point, I think when I ran out of food and the vultures were coming to try to eat me or whatever, I think I just jumped. I'd be like, whoop, and I'm out of my, no more worries. And thus the name Fall or whatever. I think the movie's called Fall. I don't even know. There's another movie too, The Descent. There's a part 1 and a part 2. I love the movie. I love it. I think it's great. Women that go, they're gathering together. They're going, it's not rock climbing, like cave dwelling. They're going cave dwelling, and not to give too much away, a girl ends up taking them to a different spot that they're not aware of. And next thing you know, they're in this cave with creatures. There's creatures in the cave because it's an uncharted cave. And I have a little bit of claustrophobia. Okay, due to the fact that my father locked me in an attic for a couple of hours when I was younger. So yeah, I get a little claustrophobic, and I battle through that one. But I love it. I love the movie. So it's like I'm watching it, and I'm like, I love the movie. I love the actresses in it. I love the storyline. I like where they're going with it. But it's a battle. It's a psychological mental battle for me to make it through that movie and that Fallen movie. And now that I'm talking about that Fallen movie, I feel like putting it in right now. I feel like putting it because it is a good movie, but damn, just stupidity of some people. You know, some people that the one with I watched it once and I haven't watched it again. The one with he goes in the cave. Was it 24 or 42 or 32 or 28? Whatever. James Franco there, whatever. He's rock climbing or whatever, or rock jumping or whatever the hell he's doing. He falls in a hole and a rock falls on his hand, you know, and then he got to cut off his arm with a dull Swiss Army knife. You know, it's like, oh man. In my head, I'm like, why? Maybe I'm just not that risk-taking thrill seeker. Maybe I just don't have it in me. But I'm like, I'd rather watch a movie about this than be the person in this. And I know that the sad thing is these things are based on true. Some of them are based on true stories. The other one too about the shock attack one. That the two of them there. What is it? No, it's not Deep Blue. I'm looking at Deep Blue Sea up there, but it's not Deep Blue Sea. It's man, there's two of them. And I got them. Well, actually, I think there might be 3 of them now. Anyway, I can't remember what the name of it is, but the one about they decided they're gonna go swimming and they jump off the freaking boat and there's no way to get back on the boat and they leave a baby on the boat. So through the whole movie you hear the baby crying. I think that was part 2. Was the baby crying, and they're like going around the boat trying to figure out how to get onto the boat, but there's no ladder, there's no nothing to get on the boat, so they're forced to just listen to their baby cry as they get eaten by sharks. That's fun. And then the first one was, I think they go scuba diving, and for some reason they chartered the wrong boat because the idiot driver forgot to count heads and took off on them and left them both in the middle of the ocean, so that way they can get eaten by sharks. Yeah, those give me a little anxiety too. Yeah, those are some. Stay away from that. I'm good with that. But yeah, you know, the other ones I enjoyed. I enjoyed them, but I do have to medicate myself before. You know, movie watching is a tough gig. It's a tough gig. Okay, movie collecting is a tough gig. Okay, it's not an easy gig anymore. It's tough to find the movies that you want. You know, I really wish that I got this theory in my head that the world is going in a different way, and we're kind of restarting everything. It's almost like somebody hit the restart button, because records are now number one. When I was first born, records were number one. We hit this thing there. I've gone over my limits there. Records were number one, and then after that, it was like then came the 8 tracks, and then came the cassettes, and now I'm noticing that the records are back. I'm seeing cassettes again. CDs are still here. It's it seems like everything's just redoing itself. Let's open some more movie theaters. Let's open some more miniature golf courses. Let's get some more amusement parks that aren't gonna take us for every dime we got, like Disney and the Six Flags. Let's open some smaller ones that are not put together by carnival guys on the weekend that are gonna fall apart and kill somebody. Yeah, I don't want no Final Destination crap going on. Yeah, let's get some stuff going on. There's just nothing to do anymore. You know what I mean? I think that's why so many kids are like all messed up. I heard a thing the other day that it was like 1 out of every 36 children have something going on with them now. And it used to be 1 out of every 10,000. And now it's 1 out of every 36. That was on the news. It was on the news the other day. 1 out of 36 children. That's a pretty small number. If you think about how big the world is, 30. So you got 36 kids that are born. I've been to the hospital before when kids are born. There's a room full of kids. It's 36 kids in that room. One of them has got something going on. That's sad. And why do they have something going on? Nobody knows. It's the red dye. They're putting red dye. You can't have the rainbow sprinkles anymore on your ice cream because they're gonna mess you up. I don't know. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And I will definitely be seeing you later. Comment below. Hey, just comment. Anything you want to talk about, comment. Advice on this channel, what you want to see me do next. Do you want a top 10 list? I had somebody suggest a while back. They wanted to have a movie screening night where I pick a movie and we watch a movie at the same time. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. I am not the most technical savvy person, and I will tell you that I record from a camera that does not have a screen facing me. So I think there's a way for me to mirror my camera onto my tablet so I can read your comments as we're watching the movies together. I do have a couple of YouTube buddies or YouTube acquaintances that I could probably message them and see if they can give me a little information, because they do that. You know, they do the movie nights with all of their fans and their subscribers, and that doesn't sound like a bad thing. I told my wife, I said, well, it might be a night where me and you are sitting here and we're watching the Blues Brothers. Or it might be a night where me and you are watching the Goonies. Or it might be a night where me and you are watching Aliens, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? I said, if that's what the subscribers and the people that are watching this channel want, I want to try to give you what you're asking. I just got to figure out how to do it. I like I said, I'm not that tech savvy. Most tech savvy I am is I can plug my HDMI wire in the back of my TV and put my Blu-ray in my Blu-ray player and press play, and that's about as savvy as I get as far as technical stuff goes. So yeah, I'll try to figure it out. But yeah, comment below whatever I can do to boost up this channel and get people watching would be great. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if it's my tags. I don't know. I've tried everything. I've looked at all kinds of things. I've watched so many videos. And I'll tell you right now, if you are a content creator and you want to try to get information from a content creator on YouTube, don't even bother. I worked with these people. They were Portuguese people. I'm Portuguese, okay, so I don't want no Portuguese people attacking me, but I worked with these Portuguese people, and I got to tell you right now, these were old Portuguese guys, and they were like maybe, let's say, in their 60s, 70s, getting ready to retire, whatever. I was a young guy just starting out, 18 years old, 19 years old, and they would just teach me just enough to get by. They never wanted me to know everything, because if I knew all their secrets, they were afraid that I was a young guy and I would get more production done and I would steal their job. I understood. I knew what was going on. So I kind of had to watch and see what they did. Because there was literally machines on the wall and I'd be like, what's that thing for? They're like, don't worry about that. Well, we got to use it for something, right? It's on. There's buttons. There's numbers. So, yeah, you don't need to worry about that. Yes, I did need to worry about that, because that thing is what released the chemicals into the material that washed the material. But you didn't want to tell me about that because you were afraid I was going to try to take your job. I didn't want your job. I didn't want your overtime. Listen, I had a family. I needed to support my family. That's all I wanted. And I was hated so badly for not wanting any overtime. I was hated so badly for just wanting to do my 40 hours and go home. Most of these guys, listen, I would stay late. A lot of times I would work 12-hour shifts. I would work Saturdays and Sundays, if especially around the holidays, if I needed some extra money, whatever. But I didn't want to. I wanted to be home with my kids. I wanted to be, listen, time goes by too fast. Children grow up too fast. Time with my wife goes by too fast. I wanted to be home with them. I wanted to cherish every single moment I could with them. And unfortunately, money, bills, life gets in the way. And these guys were just they were. What's messed up is they didn't want me to take their overtime. They didn't want me to work, but they were mad when I didn't. They were like, "Well, you think you're better than me? Well, you think you're better than me?" I'm like, "Well, you didn't want me here to begin with. You didn't want to show me how to run the machine, but yet you're upset that I'm here." I don't know what the thought process is. You know, the bottom line is that most of the people that I worked with, they didn't even know how to read, and that's just because they came from the old, we call it the old country, Portugal or St. Michael's Azores or whatever. They came from the old country, and they came here and they didn't know how to read. And literally, some of the guys that I worked with, I had to draw pictures of them. Draw pictures for them on how to run the machines because they could not read. Or I would have to show them over and over and over again after I learned how to run it so I could teach them how to run it. So these new guys would get hired or whatever. A plant would close like someplace else, whatever, and they would come and they'd be like, okay, you got to train them. And the only way I could train them was by drawing pictures or actually showing them, visually because they couldn't read. They couldn't even fill out the paperwork on how many yards the material was, what they were putting in the bags, what was going on. I had to do it for them. I had to actually write everything. There was one guy that he passed away. Nice guy, little mental, little crazy, but he I just thought about him just now because he used to tell me that because he was married, but he used to pick up hookers, and he used to tell me that he'd come in so happy on rainy days because he said that on rainy days the hookers want to get out of the rain in a half price, and he would actually leave his house early in the morning and go to this certain street that was next to where we worked or whatever, where all the hookers hung out, and he would get his discount and he get whatever he was getting, and he come in so happy on those rainy days, but the guy could not read. He could not read, so I actually had to make a paper with every single thing written out. And it was amazing to watch somebody that doesn't know how to read fill out paperwork. And especially since he had to fill it out by almost like drawing what I wrote. So like to write your name, you write your name, whatever, say his name's Bill, Bill. I would just write Bill, no problem, whatever. But he was like B-I-L, and it was like it took forever, and it was like he wasn't writing it, he was like drawing it or copying it. It was an odd thing, but listen, I understand where these guys are coming from. They came from over here. They didn't know what to do. This is all they knew how to do. They might have been doing the same job for like 60 years or 60 years. Wow. Excuse me. They were 60 years old, but they were probably doing the job for, let's say, 30 years or 40 years or whatever. It's probably the first job they ever had. A lot of these guys actually quit school when they were like 12, 13 years old, and they had to go right to work or whatever. I had an uncle that used to deliver milk and stuff. Not milk, deliver bread and it's back in the day. Not only was everybody smoking cigarettes at like age like 6 or 7 or whatever, but you had to go to work at a young age. It was kind of just the thing. So yeah, when they updated the machinery and then I had to learn how to do the machinery, I would have to eventually teach them. But I wasn't like them. I wanted them to get the overtime. I wanted them to be able to provide for their families. I wasn't trying to screw anybody over. So I would teach them everything that I knew. And a couple times it came back and bit me. People I thought were my friends, they cut my throat for a dime. But that's life. That's people. That's a lot of people. A lot of people will cut your throat for a dime. It's crazy, but it's just the way it is. I've had to deal with a lot of people in my life, and there's a lot of people that just are not genuine people. They're not genuine people, and it's sad because you want to believe that everybody's honest, and you want to believe that you. My big thing from being a pre-K teacher is, do unto others as you'd want done unto you, or treat people the way you would want to be treated. I kept telling kids that over for years, 14 years. Treat people the way you want to be treated. You want to be treated bad, you treat them bad. You want to be treated good, treat them good. I would say that every day, Monday through Friday, for almost 14 years. And I'm hoping that if they didn't learn anything else, that sticks, because that's going to make them substantial people in the future. That before they go and hurt somebody, they're going to think about, hey, I wouldn't feel good about that, so maybe I don't want to do that to them. Because I went through it too much. It was bad. And with that said, my friend, and it's still going on today. This is not something that has gone extinct like the dinosaurs. If you guys work doing whatever you're doing, you got that coworker, that one or two coworkers out there that just cut your throat for a dime. They don't care about you. They act like they care about you. They tell you they love you. They tell you you're your family. They give you a big hug. Tell you you're the best or whatever. Pat you on the back. While they're patting you on the back, they're stabbing you in the back. That's what they're doing. You got a nice big. That's what they're doing there. Stabbing you in the back. Yeah. So just be careful. And like my favorite quote on Almost Famous, movie Almost Famous, which is one of my favorite movies. I wanted this channel to be based on honesty. So when I sit here, I try to be as transparent, as honest as possible. So if you like what you see, come back for more, and I will see you later.
You should have saved me some.